Hi, I'd like to pass on a little self-healing technique. You can use this for anything. You can use it for physical pain. I think the best usage of it is for emotions. But here's what you want to do. So let's say you're feeling an emotion and it's something that's causing you discomfort. What you want to do is scan your body with your mind from your throat all the way down to the genital area and see where you're feeling it. Usually it's going to be throat, chest, or stomach. And find the area in your body where you feel the emotion. And then you're just going to talk to it. So, for example, let's say I feel sadness. And let's say I feel the sadness in my heart. So you might feel silly, but don't worry. If it makes you start laughing, that's part of the healing process. Just feel, first of all, what the sadness feels like in your heart or wherever it is. You could feel it in your throat very easily, and you could feel it anywhere. And then just ask it, are you sad? Start with that. Just the baseline, are you sad? Now you might get some kind of thought that comes in your head, for example, like, no, I'm angry, right? So pay attention to that. Then you can say, oh, okay, are you angry? And then you might get a, yes, I am, right? And then just talk to it and just say, like, are you angry? Yes. Or are you sad? Yes. And say, okay, you're allowed to be sad. I can let you be sad, and then just sit with it and feel it, be with it. Don't try to make it go away. Don't try to make it heal itself or whatever. Just be present with it. Excuse the disturbance behind my little kitties running around doing little kitty stuff. And notice if there's any movement in the feeling. For example, is there a vibration? Or does it move from one spot to the next? Or is there some other movement, like a rocking movement, a swaying movement, or whatever? And just stay with it. And then just say, I'm here with you. I'm going to stay with you for a little while if that's okay. And then you can ask it, do you want to tell me anything? Do you want to show me anything? And just notice what thoughts, what images pop up in your mind. You might notice another area of the body that kind of lights up. But the fact is that just by sitting, and like I said, you might feel silly, but just by talking to the emotion in the body, you are going to start a healing process. Now, the next thing that might happen is you could cry, you could laugh, you could feel any emotion. realize that a lot of times there are emotions that we use to cover up other emotions. Like if we're sad, we might use anger to cover up the sadness, because anger makes us feel strong and sadness makes us feel weak. So we might choose anger over sadness. So if we start with sadness, we might go to anger, but then we might realize, no, sadness is the primary thing. Now, if, let's say, you were in a family where you were never allowed to be angry or something, then sadness might be the cover for anger. It could happen either way. Usually I would say anger is the cover for sadness, though. And the thing is, as the thoughts or images come up in the mind, don't make them more important than they are. Don't latch onto them, but notice them. The fact is that most people, by far most people, are not comfortable with just sitting in a feeling. In fact, most people will do anything to distract themselves from their feelings. And so as you sit with it and stay with it, what you're doing right there is already healing it. It's like a little kid that's crying and nobody pays attention, and that one person sits down and says, "Oh, are you sad?" And now the kid starts totally bawling because there's somebody noticing, and now they can really process it. So that's what might happen to you. Now, you might have all kinds of awkward feelings, like I'm talking to my sadness, that's weird, whatever. But if you notice, you talk to a lot of things in your head. You talk to people that, broke up with you 2 years ago. You talk with people who disappointed you. You talk with somebody in your head that you had a fight with or an argument with. So there's all kinds of internal dialoguing going on in your head. So don't let that stop you from this. But if you can just stay present with the feeling and not run away from it and not suppress it, not try to distract yourself, but just stay with it, you will experience transformation. You might need to practice a little bit before you really feel it, but transformation will be happening whether you feel it or not. So try that exercise and leave me a comment. Tell me how it worked. If there's something really tough to go through, I can take you through that in a phone session or in person if you're in Southern California. So you can look at the links below for that. But you don't need any of that necessarily. What you need is to just stay present with your feeling. And talk to it. Talk to it it's like it's the little kid version of you. Talk to it like it's just the embodiment of the emotion, like you're talking to pure sadness, you're talking to pure anger, frustration, whatever it is. And just connect with it and be with it, and take 10 or 15 minutes with it. And then you can put it to the side and come back to it if you need to. Try it. Let me know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.